All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So we've pretty much taken this thing apart. I really don't know how many times at this point. Multiple times, and then we put it back together, and then we took it apart again to do something else, and then put it back together. So I think it's only fair that we take apart again, put it back together again. Luckily this time, this is gonna be a super short, sweet little video. This is just gonna kind of be like, hey, this is what it looks like now. Surprise. Super easy though. You've seen in the last video, pretty much changed everything up here on the front, to the triple tree, to the grips, we put some clip-ons on it, some levers, all that good stuff up here. If you haven't checked that video out, go check it out. Unfortunately, it is a little bit longer than I wanted it to be, but it was an absolute ton of work, and I'm still kind of doing little adjustments here and there, just trying to get everything dialed in. We'll get there, yeah, maybe one day. But for today, I just wanted to change out the stock clear windscreen here and the stock mirrors. Again, gonna be super short and sweet. This isn't gonna be like a how-to. This is just gonna be like, this is what I did and now this is what it looks like. So you'd be super amazed how much just a windscreen on its own can change the look of a bike. Obviously, you have all this aftermarket stuff, and then you have this goofy looking clear windscreen. And so we're gonna change that up today along with these mirrors. So this is gonna be, however, like a kind of a two-part-ish video, sort of. You'll see towards the end what I'm kind of talking about, because I got something for this bike, but I'm not gonna install it in this video. But yeah, before we get started, let's take a look at what we got real quick, and then we'll start digging in and getting this thing taken apart.
Ladies and gentlemen.
All right, so real quick, what I picked up, you probably seen in one of the previous videos. I've had this windscreen for, I don't know how long, just kind of been sitting on the shelf, pretty much collecting dust at this point. I just haven't had time, I will say, to put it on. However, I have taken the windscreen off a couple of times. I just didn't put this one back on. I put the clear one back on. Doesn't make sense, I understand. But yeah, this is one of the last little AliExpress kind of things I bought. Like I said, it looks good quality. We'll kind of see. However, this was also on AliExpress. I don't know how it would look, but I seen it, and it has a little bit of blue, but then the purple and every other color on the face of the earth kind of as it goes. But I had to give it a shot. Unfortunately, I don't know if the camera can pick it up, and there's a little ding right there where I managed to accidentally knock it off the shelf, and it actually hit the stock Yamaha exhaust sitting right at the bottom of the shelf. So lucky me. But it was, I think I paid 20 bucks for this one. And I did, however, just order another one, even though I haven't seen what it looks like on the bike yet. It'll be fine. Anyways, I think the smoked one on there was only like $12 or $13 or something like that. So I really don't think you can beat it. You know, hopefully it stays and doesn't break and fly off and hit me in the face or whatever. So yeah, let me know which one you think I should toss on, the smoked one or this iridescent one. I'll probably kind of like mock both of them up and take a picture of it, kind of see what you guys think. I don't know how well this is gonna work just because it's kind of, like I said, purple or whatever, but we'll see. Mirrors. So these are, I did get these off of Amazon. It does have a blinker inside the mirror too. You can't really see it, but you know, once it lights up, all that good stuff, you'll see it in here. It's got a smoked turn signal in the mirrors as well. However, if you're familiar with R7s, this isn't gonna cover where the stock R7 mirrors are. So I did get block off plates. I'm gonna try to, you know how I do, just try to make something work. So I'm probably gonna, these are block off plates. And you can see how these are like, almost like triangular-ish, whatever. This will cover up that entire hole in the plastic. And I think I'm just gonna drill two small holes that this can connect to. Yes, it might look tacky, but I don't know until I try. So maybe I'll change in the future. I thought about going black, but for some reason the black ones were like a month out before I could get them. These were actually the quickest ones, ironically. So that's what we got. So again, this is obviously a super easy process. I'm not gonna really go into too much detail while I'm doing it. This is gonna be a more like, this is what it looks like. Pretty easy. You got two, I think these are 4 or 5 millimeter Allen keys up here, and then two 10 millimeter bolts, or nuts, sorry, on each side, underside of the mirrors, and then they just fall off. Then you just gotta play with the windscreen and snatch it out. So I'll show you a little about what I'm doing or whatever, but again, I'm just gonna try to make this a fairly quick, simple video to get out to you guys to see what this thing looks like. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's get all this torn off real quick and get this aftermarket stuff tossed on. That is one. And two. All right, so real quick, I'm gonna toss both of these on, like I said, loosely, and then do like a little side-by-side comparison. And I need you guys to do me a favor. Let me know which one looks better, this iridescent one or just the regular tinted one. I'm hoping this iridescent one doesn't look tacky on the bike, but we'll toss it on here anyways, kind of see what it looks like. Again, I need you guys to let me know which one looks better. Which one should I rock for now at least? All right, I think for right now, I'm gonna go with this iridescent one, whatever. Even though it has this awesome, nice, big gouge in it, kind of looks a little tacky, but like I said, I ordered a new one. They were like $20, so I think I've invested a total of like $40 or $50 in 3 windscreens now at this point, so still not bad versus the 100 and something that a zero gravity one or whatever is, so not gonna complain or anything like that. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go with this one for right now, and I'll be curious to see what you guys think, whether this one looks better on it or the regular smoked one. Takes like a solid 60 seconds to change them out, so need be or whatever, and I think it looks tacky going forward. I'll just rip this one off real quick and toss that one on, and might even kind of alternate them every now and then or whatever, just to give a different look to the bike or whatever. So let's get this one tossed on real quick and we'll move on to the mirrors. All right, so that is that. We got this thing tossed on, so let's move on to the mirrors. All right, so maybe I should start reading descriptions when I buy things, but there's no fun in that. So our original plan of tossing these mirrors on, unfortunately, is not gonna work with this bike. These little mounting holes are just a wee bit too wide to fit up on the front plastics here, so these are unfortunately not going to work. So duly noted, maybe I should read descriptions from now on. But I think for now, we're just gonna toss these block off plates on here. I'm not a huge fan of not running any mirrors, but unfortunately it is gonna be raining for the next several days in a row, so I really don't think I'm gonna be getting a whole lot of riding done anyhow. So that will give us enough time to find some new mirrors, get those ordered, get those in and all that, and we will toss them in the next video that we have planned for this thing. So, but for now, I need you guys' suggestions. What kind of mirrors are you running on these R7s? I really want to keep sort of the same stock look, but kind of upgrade it to possibly some gloss black to go with the fairings. And it'd be nice to have like the integrated turn signal and all that stuff in it. There's just so many on the market that have those integrated turn signals. So it'd be nice to have them just be like kind of a little bit of an upgrade or whatnot. I really didn't want to go with the actual R1 mirrors, so I was trying to stay away from that. I'm not trying to make this bike mimic a R1. I think that would just kind of be silly. This is absolutely not an R1. This is just 100% a little lawnmower engine in here and nowhere near the performance that the R1 has. So I don't want to mimic in any way, shape, or form, even though those mirrors do look fairly good. And again, from my understanding, I believe they're plug and play for the most part. But leave a comment, link, whatever down below of some good mirrors. I would greatly appreciate it because I am terrible at reading descriptions. And here we are again with, I think, the second pair of mirrors that don't fit or work very well. So let's go ahead and toss these on real quick and see how it comes out. All right, so there you have it. Super short, super sweet, straight to the point. Fortunately, it didn't work out the way we wanted it to. I was hoping to get the mirrors and the windscreen done. We got the windscreen done and we just tossed on block off plates. So, but let me know what you think the way it sits. You think the iridescent windscreen is just too much for the bike, or should we toss this tinted windscreen on here? So we got them both. Like I said, takes a couple seconds to toss a new one on there, so we might go back and forth with them to kind of see which one we like best and all that stuff as far as looks and everything goes. And what do you think? Should we just leave the block off plates, or should we just get some good quality mirrors and read descriptions and all that stuff so that we're getting the correct mirrors at this point? But let me know what you guys think of the bike as it sits as a whole. You think it was over the top, or you think it looks good with all this stuff that we toss on here and everything? It's been quite comical. Pretty much everywhere I've went, whether it's been like a store, I've had people at stoplights yell out the window. I even had a gentleman coming down the road in our subdivision the other day walking his dog. While I was working on the bike, I had the garage door open and he yelled in here that was a really nice bike. So it kind of startled a guy. But anyways, I've been, like I said, been getting a lot of love on the bike, but I'm curious to see what you guys think of the bike. Do you like the way it's looking, or is some of these pieces just a little bit too much for the bike? I think you could obviously go one or two ways with an offset of a random color like we did here with blue, or you could really just all this stuff go gloss black, matte black, whatever you like. And I really feel like the bike would look great either way. I am just a huge fan of blue, so that's why I went with blue. I really wanted to see what it would look like with a ton of blue stuff on it, to see if it was just too much or if it looked good that way. Also, one other thing, everything we've done has been cosmetic. We haven't touched this thing on the performance side of the house whatsoever. So I'm curious to see what you guys have been doing for performance mods on these R7s. Is there anything that stands out from the rest? Is a flash worth it? I know there's obviously all the standard things that we went with the Ninja. You can do a quick shifter, flash, velocity stacks, high flow air filter, all that good stuff. Hey, they even make a turbo kit for this R7. Maybe, just maybe. But no, I feel like at that point, you might as well just buy a 4-cylinder bike rather than putting a turbo on a 2-cylinder. I think that would be silly, but it would be really cool just to test it out and see, you know, how the bike performs to it. I think I was looking at some stuff and dyno was like 100 and something horsepower when you put that turbo on there. Granted, it is like pretty much the same cost as the bike to get the turbo. I think that would be silly, but again, that might be something cool to check out and just see, you never know. But like I said, gonna hopefully get some mirrors dialed in for this thing, and we will just toss those on in the next video that we have planned for this thing, which I'm super excited about that one. Been waiting a while to do this to the bike, and I think it will transform obviously the entire look of the bike. So definitely keep an eye out for that video here in the near future. Hopefully in the next week or two, we'll get all that stuff done on the bike and everything, have that video uploaded for you guys. And I'll be curious to see what you guys think of that one. But as always, guys, if you liked the video, hit that like button for me. And if you're enjoying this R7, definitely consider subscribing. But as always, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the video. We'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, ride safe. Peace.
I'm grateful, oh yeah, able, oh yeah, I'm stable.